everybody. Welcome back to Meals with Marcia. Today I want to share a recipe with you, and it is called smoked sausage and cabbage. I'm excited to show you this, so let's get started. Now, I made up this recipe, I don't know, a month or so ago, and my husband and I have been eating this quite often, and I absolutely love it. He likes it, I love it. One of the reasons I like it is because it's basically low carb. Outside of the sauce that we put on it, there is no carbs in this. It is really, really good. And it don't take 10-15 minutes max to make it. So when I normally make this, I usually I'll fry some potatoes for my husband on the side because he, wants that. Now I will make like green beans with mine, or sometimes I just eat it by itself. Now I'm going to be doing a little bit smaller version. I'm going to start out with some olive oil today. I'm just going to drizzle the olive oil just across the pan a little bit. I got my little stove out on. It takes a little bit longer to heat than my normal stove does, but I'm going to talk to you about what we're going to be using. I was thinking about this bagged cabbage, y'all, and I've been craving cabbage a lot lately. I make coleslaw a lot. I love sauerkraut. Cabbage is just my friend. I love it. I love cabbage casserole. Of course, that's not really low carb because it has the crackers on it and everything. But I just love cabbage, cooked cabbage, and raw cabbage, however you make it. So I was thinking about these bags, and I thought, what can I do? And I was like, man, I'm going to try some smoked sausage with that and maybe some other vegetables. So we have got the Eckrich Farm smoked premium sausage. You can see it's a 14 ounce. Now I'm just doing half the pack, which is one of the links, and so that'd be 7 ounces of sausage, and I've just cut them up just like this, okay? And now if you wanted to do all of that, you could just go right ahead. I'm going to drop one in. Yes, it's already sizzling. I'm going to go ahead and start these so I can talk about the rest of it so we can save time. I'm just going to put these in. I put just a little bit of olive oil in here because I don't want them to stick, which they're going to give off a little bit of grease themselves. So if you get too much grease in there, you can always drain it off if you feel like it's too much, but there's going to be a lot of flavor in that grease that it puts off. That sausage has a lot of flavor. I love smoked sausage. All right, so like I said, this is a 14 ounce. I used half. If you want to do all of that, if you want to make it go further and it's more than just you and your husband, or if you want to do more people, you can do that. And you can also do more sauce or do more slaw mix, anything you want, okay? And then I took a sweet onion, a Vidalia onion, and I cut it in half. Like I cut it in half moon, and then I cut it in, so quarter moons is what I cut them. I done about that thick. I did a small one, probably about, I don't know, that big around. Then I did a yellow bell pepper, and I just kind of sliced it up like as if I was making chicken or steak fajitas. And then I have a 14 ounce pack of, this is Fresh Express. It's any of the ready-made old-fashioned coleslaw mix. Now, I want to talk to you about this. This is just the one I got, but they do have the kind where it has white cabbage, carrots, and purple cabbage. Now, you can do that if you want something that looks like it has a little bit more color. Totally fine. And we're going to be using salt and pepper, garlic powder, and then I have discovered the Kinder's brand cooking sauce and glaze. This is Japanese with soy, ginger, and garlic, okay? It's the Kinder's brand. They'll go on sale about once a month at my store, and I always try to stock up. Now, I love this one, the Japanese style, and then there's the Thai, which is with chili, ginger, and garlic. And it's probably a little spicy. I know it's a little spicy. I use it in a different recipe. But I like to use this glaze on this particular dish. Now, that would probably be amazing if you didn't have that. Any kind of sauce that you want, guys, like any kind of, Japanese sauce or whatever you could use, okay? And then I have some sliced almonds, okay? Now, another way that you could do this, if you don't like almonds, you could use sesame seeds. I just like that crunch on the top. When I'm making this recipe, I like that crunch on the top, all right? Now, this is going pretty good. I'm just letting these cook, and I'm just going to cook these until they just brown on one side, and I'm going to flip them over. So it's going to take a couple of minutes. And I want to talk to you about mine and my husband's diet. It's just me and my husband now. My kids are gone. Both of them are moved out. My daughter's married. My son is living out west with my daughter, right now with my daughter and her husband and my grandbaby. But anyway, they're all grown and they're out, so it's just us. So I'm trying to find meals that are easy for us, and I do like to do lower carb things. We're really practicing on cutting out a lot of bread because gluten has not been my friend lately. I do have bread on special occasions, and every now and again I get a hankering for a biscuit, and I'm going to make one. I'm going to eat it. But for the most part, on a day-to-day, we just don't eat a lot of bread. Now, I know potatoes have carbs in them, but they don't have gluten, and they don't do, potatoes do not do to me what bread does. Now, another thing that you could pair with this, and I know this probably sounds weird, is sweet potatoes. I buy canned sweet potatoes sometimes, and I'll put them in the skillet and just put a little butter in them and salt and pepper. And then I'll just do just a tiny bit of brown sugar just to kind of glaze them a little bit. That I know that's probably not low carb either, but I need a little something on my sweet potatoes. Or you could put cinnamon on them. But we're just, like I said, I've just not been eating as much bread because it's not been good for my tummy, I'll just tell you. But anyway, and anytime you can do lower carb and get more protein, it's better for you anyway. Alright, so with that being said, I'm going to flip these over. Some of them's getting brown on me. I'm going to get these flipped over. We're going to cook them another minute on that side, and then we're going to add our other stuff. But this sausage smells amazing. Like I said, I love smoked sausage. I love sauerkraut with weenies. I love to cut up smoked sausages or just hot dog weenies in my sauerkraut even, and just do it like that. I love cabbage. And I have, if you're interested in sauerkraut, I have a recipe on there of how to make sauerkraut weenies. And I also have a video on my YouTube channel of how to can sauerkraut. Now, that takes a little time, but if you're interested, you can go look that up. I do have playlists that list all my things. Like, I've got so many different videos now. I'm trying to list stuff in main dishes under low carb. I have a section for canning videos. Trying to do that so it makes it easier for people to search things on my channel, because I know it gets overwhelming when you have so many to look at. Alright, so I'm getting these browned up. Let me turn these up. They're going pretty good. Move those other ones around. And they don't have to be just as brown as you like them. It doesn't matter. But I do like a little char on them, just a little bit of a char. Even when I'm cooking hot dogs on the grill, I want some color to them. I like them burnt a little bit. But you don't have to do that, okay? You do them the way you like them. Alright, now this is going. I'm going to show you what it's looking like so far. You see how some of those are brown. Now I'm going to add my onions and my bell peppers, okay? Alright, and then I'm going to add some garlic powder. Good amount, because I love garlic. Now this has got garlic in it too, so you do it to your taste, okay? A little salt. Just a little salt, because these have a lot of sodium in them, these sauces. And a good amount of black pepper. I love me some black pepper. Gets a lot of good flavor in there. And then we're just going to start tossing this around, because I want them onions and peppers to cook. Now, a lot of people would just stop right here. If they're wanting a good sandwich, they would cook it just like this. And they would put it on a hot dog bun and eat it. That would be good. If you're wanting to eat bread, you could do that. Or you could even do the cabbage and then put all that on a sandwich. But like I said, we're cutting our bread out. It's not doing as much bread through the week. We do, like I said, I get a hankering for a biscuit. I'm going to make one. Alright, and let's just let these go. Now we're going to cook these, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes. You can tell the onions will start getting a little bit more translucent. About 3 minutes, and then we'll add our cabbage. Like I said, this is quick and easy, guys, and it's good for you. You've got lots of vegetables, lots of benefits. I was even thinking the other day, if you wanted to add some more protein to this, you might could crack an egg in the middle of that and scramble an egg and all that. I know it's not rice, you do fried rice that way, but I think that would be tasty. Put some egg in it if you're wanting to get a little bit more protein in there. And I don't want you guys to think I'm just going off the rails with just low carb all the time. We have normal food, and sometimes I make desserts. I'm going to be honest with you. Every now and again I like to make something sweet. You're going to see a couple of videos that I'm going to have on here in the next few weeks of some good desserts. I do have a gluten-free dessert that I will be sharing in the next week or so. It's a homemade chocolate mousse, and it's really good and it's delicious. All right, those are starting to cook up a little bit, as you can see, and I'm going to go ahead and add my cabbage. And this is a 14-ounce bag, guys, okay? Now, like I said, if you're feeding a lot of people and you want to get this going, you can double this easily. Just do these two things, or if you just want more meat in there, you know, you can do that, and then do your cabbage. Do 2 bags of do the 1 bag, or if you want to feed more people with it, you can do 2 bags of cabbage. And there's one thing about this bag cabbage, I don't like that core. That's a piece of the core. I always pull that core out because I don't care for that. They cut it up, core and all. I guess they're trying not to waste, but this girl don't like it. I don't like the core of the cabbage. It's kind of bitter to me. Some people love it, but I do not eat the core of the cabbage. Even when I'm fixing sauerkraut, I don't. All right, now we're going to let this go a couple more minutes. About maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Let that cabbage get in there and get that flavor in there. Now, if you're layering your flavor and you're thinking, I really want to make sure that cabbage has got much, you can put a little bit more garlic if you want. And you could probably add a little paprika. Smoked paprika would probably be good with this because, you know, especially if you're using that Thai spicy, that might be good. But I'm just using salt, pepper, and garlic today. You do whatever seasonings you want to do. Like I said, don't take but a few minutes to wilt that cabbage on down. And if you're in a hurry, you could probably put a lid on it too. Knocking it out the skillet here, making a dang mess. But just let that go. Let it go and let it cook. Cook a few more minutes. There it is. All right. I need to get me a plate real quick while I'm waiting on that to cook. I need to get me a little plate because I want to take some of this out and I'm going to taste it with y'all together, okay? The weather is changing a little bit. It got cooler this last week. It felt like fall, and it was the end of August, and I thought, this ain't going to last forever. So we got some more hot days ahead, but we are officially ending summer, even though we'll still have some more summer days. College football started. We love that. We love college football. My husband and I, we love to watch that. It's a good pastime. My husband bought a projector, and we have our house is white, or have white siding on our house, and it's a really long white ranch style house. And he bought a little projector, and we have Wi-Fi, of course, here at the house. And he is going to project that the ball game on the back of the house for us when it gets cooler weather. And we have a fire pit out back, so we're going to build a fire pit, and we'll do, you know, roast hot dogs and have some goodies to eat. And we're going to watch the football game outside while we are around the fire. And I can't wait to do that. Plus, we have a big TV in our garage, and he's built a cabinet around it. Sometimes we'll go out there if it's rainy, or if it's not, you know, weather just to sit outside. We'll go out there and we watch our football games out there, and we love that. So we just love college football. We love college basketball too. We're SEC fans. I like Tennessee. He likes Auburn, but we just love to watch college football. So we like it. And it's that time of year. All right, we're getting close. See how the color's changing on that sausage? Yum, yum. Now at this state, it's about done. I just always take my sauce, and like I said, this is the Kinder's Cooking Sauce and Glaze. It's the Japanese with soy, ginger, and garlic, okay? I just take the lid, and I just drizzle some of that right in there, just like so. As little as much as you want. You do what you like, okay? And I'm just going to stir it. That gives it a really, really good flavor, guys. It changes the color of the cabbage a little bit, but that's all right. You still got it in there. And like I said, I'll fry a little pan of potatoes for my husband because that's what he likes. And I opened, well, here I go making a mess. And I'll open me a little can of sweet potatoes or something, or maybe some green beans, whatever I feel like. And if I don't want all that, I just eat this by itself because it's that good. So we're just gonna let that cook a minute. Get all that stirred up real good in there. Okay. And then I'm gonna put some on this plate for me to try with you. I'm just gonna do a bite, okay? I'm gonna turn that off so it don't overcook. Now at this point, when you're ready to serve it, you want to get you some almonds. Now if you don't like almonds, like I said, you could use sunflower seeds. You could use, oh, my mind just went blank, sesame seeds. I just like the crunch on top. And this gives you some more protein as well. These are nuts. And it gives you a lot of protein. And then if you really feel, you know, fancy, you can just do another little glaze on top if you want. Gonna get me a fork out here. All right, and there you have it, guys. Well, let's taste it. See, it might be harder than Satan's toenails. I don't know. Maybe I can eat it for you. Try to get a little bite of everything. Whoop, I dropped my pepper. Guys, that is so good. Need to try this. Now, like I said, there may be another kind of glaze that you like to use with that Kinder's Japanese. Oh my goodness, or the Thai. Either one. That Thai is going to be spicier for you. But if you want it spicy, you can cut up some jalapenos and cook in that. If you want it spicier, I think it's perfect just the way it is. But put your own spin on it. Make it the way you would like. Layer it with the flavors you like. That's a good healthy meal right there. And it's very much low carb. Alright, I see another piece of that core that I do not want. Alright. Lord. It is so good. Alright. Try it. See what you think. Excuse me, I need some water, I think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And remember, if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Meals with Marcia. And don't forget that everything you need and how to make this is going to be in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.